Hi there. So today we are going to go over binary addition. Now, to start going over binary addition, I'm going to try and ask you to write down somewhere on a scrap bit of paper the binary equivalent to 0, 1, 2, and 3. So just using those first two columns, 1 and 2, how do you make the number 2 and how do you make the number 3? I've already done 0 and 1 for you. This is how you represent the number 2 in binary. Well, it's 1, 0 because it's one lot of 2 and 0 lots of 1s. And 3 is one lot of 2 and one lot of 1. That is how you do 2 and 3 in binary. But all of those, 0, 1, 2, and 3, are going to be handy for us today. So if you've got that on your whiteboards or on a scrap bit of paper, leave that to the side for a second. Right now, though, I want us to look at just adding up in terms of a decimal number. How do we actually add up decimal numbers? If you had to explain it to someone that's never added up a number before, how would you describe adding up those two numbers there, 147 and 286? Well, first, you would add the numbers in the column on the right. You wouldn't start on the left because you need to start at the units. You would then carry over to the next column a 1 if the answer was greater than 9. You would then add up the numbers in that column and then just carry on repeating those steps. When we're adding binary numbers, we do something that's very, very similar. We still add each column from right to left. So when we're doing decimal numbers, we carry if the sum is greater than 9. In binary, we carry a 1 if the sum is greater than 1. So let's compare and contrast these two additions. In the decimal addition, we've got 7 plus 6, which is 13. And we've actually written the number 13 here, haven't we? Just that the 1 has gone up there in our tens column. Same thing over here. We've added it together 1, 4, and 8. We're still writing 13, just again, the 1's gone into the hundreds column, and the 3 comes down here. In our binary addition, 0 plus 0 is still just 0. 1 plus 0 is still just 1. Then we've got 1 plus 1. Now we've run into a problem. We can't write the number 2 because we're writing in binary. We can only represent that in zeros and ones. Well, on that scrap bit of paper next to you, or that whiteboard next to you, you've written down what 2 is in binary. 2 in binary is 1, 0. See that? We're still writing 2 in binary, 1 and 0, but we're just carrying over the 1. In this column here, we've got 1 and 1 and 1. That again, it adds up to 3, doesn't it? We can't write number 3, so we have to write 3 in binary. And we do that by adding up 1 and 1. There you go. That is 3 in binary. And then 1 plus 0 is still just 1. And that is how to add up binary numbers. If you don't quite understand how to do it that way, I've written down some rules for you to follow. Every time you get to a new column, all you need to do is follow these rules. If you get to a column and it adds up to 0, then just write a 0 underneath. If you get up to a column and it adds up to 1, whether that's 0 plus 1, 1 plus 0, or 1 plus 0 plus 0, the answer's still 1. So you still follow rule 1 by writing a 1 at the bottom with no carry. If you're adding up a column and your sum is 2, this is the rule you follow. Write a 0 at the bottom and a 1 at the top. For 3, you would write a 1 down there at the bottom and carry a 1. I'm going to do an example for you in Teams. So once you get onto Teams and open the binary addition worksheet, you will be met with this. This is the binary addition worksheet. I've put the rules there at the top, and there are some examples there as well. I'm going to scroll down a bit. You can start at question 1, but I'm going to scroll down to a harder one. I'm going to scroll down to question number 10. Now, I'm still going to follow those rules. 1 plus 0 is still just 1. Again, 1 plus 0, still just 1. 0 plus 0, still just 0. 0 plus 1, still just 1. Here's where it gets more complicated. We've got 1 plus 1. Remember, we can't write the number 2. So we're going to write 2 in binary. 2 in binary is 1, 0. So we write 0 in this column and carry a 1 into that column. This column, we've got 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3 in binary, which we know is 1 in this column and 1 in this one. 1 plus 0 is 1. Then 0 plus 0, well, that's 0. Now that we've done that and we press enter, that's given us the right answer there. Here on the right-hand side, we are going to convert each one of those numbers to decimal just to check our answer is correct. So this one, when we convert that to decimal, is 32 plus 16 plus 2 plus 1, which is, sorry, I'm just doing mental arithmetic, 48, 51. That tells me whether I'm right or not. This one over here is going to be 32 plus 16 plus 8, which is 56. 56. There we go. Which means that this calculation should be 107 when I add up those. And it is when I add up 64, 32, 8, 2, and 1. That equals 107. Please do that for all the other questions, starting from question 1, which is really nice and easy, where you're adding up 1 plus 2, which should give you 3 down here. But remember, 3 in binary, 1, 1.